Felice, it's your go.
Hi. I was waiting. There's a delay. Sorry, Apple. He's like, Elise is your girl. Hey, what's good? What's good? Sorry about the appearance. Feeling a little bummy today, but anyway, this is Gamerish Network podcast going down right now. Um, I'm not sure what episode it is though, because we didn't really discuss that
Well,
before the pod.
52.
52. That's like
Whoop whoop.
almost a whole year. Uh, so yes, podcast 52. I'm here with my esteemed guest. We got BK Brawler in the
What's
building.
good, people? I'm in a
So he's
t-shirt
oh
today
sorry,
so you guys can see
he's that
more of my
way.
body on camera.
That's
Nobody
you're
wants
giving
to
what
see
the
your
people
body
want,
on
you know.
camera. Nobody wants to see your body on camera. But yeah, we have BK Brawler. We also have Mad King over here.
What's up,
Uh,
people?
what's up? What's up? Shit, I just saw something in the camera too when I said that. BK, what you drinking?
Me?
Yeah, what's
I
that?
got Dyke beer right now. And I won a trivia competition 2 nights ago at the bar. And
Trivia.
um
That's
and
dope.
we won a bunch of beer. Like I won by 3 points. All hail
Three
to
points to get from the door.
my boy Sven helping me out. But the last question, like I got by like one fucking thing because it was something I was gonna bring up on the pod that
Word.
we ended up not talking about. So, but it ended up as the final question for 10 points at the end of this competition, and I had the answers on my phone.
Oh
Hold on,
shit,
hold
that's
on.
dope.
We just got rated, guys. 13 people. So thank you, D Gaming. Thank you
What's
for
up?
the raid for 13 people. This is Gamers Podcast. The host today is Fleece Cat. Breaking
Hey.
out a nice beer. What are you drinking? That Riesling? Yes, I love that beer. It's one of my favorites.
I don't know how to
Thank you,
pronounce
D
this though.
Gaming.
Yeah.
Thank you, Fade Pink 420, and thank you, Crazy, for showing up.
Pinky.
Yeah. Thank you
I
for seeing
Fleece.
us.
What are you drinking? I see you drink that Brandon Lark.
For me?
Yeah.
Yeah, 6 point. I love that beer company.
It's because I can find it. It's literally because I can find it.
Oh,
But nah, I like to switch it up. This is an IPA though. It's strong too, so I don't have to do that much to get in the mood.
Yeah, I had an
yeah, I
IPA
love me some
before I came
IPAs.
home. I was like, let me
Yeah.
go drink me some Dog Point and then get home.
Dog Point. Oh, I think I
Yeah,
heard that one.
yeah, it's
Um,
one of those strong ones.
just so you guys know, if you've never been here to Gamers Network, I know I talk about it all the time when I'm chat and when I'm streaming on Gamers Network on Twitch. But in general, what we do here is we talk about like mad stuff. This is an adult show. We drink beer. We talk about games. We talk about life. We talk about TV. We talk about whatever everyone's talking about plus more.
Yes,
Right?
you see it. We know the ish you should know. So
Yeah, yeah.
For sure,
let's,
for sure.
let's do shit.
Nobody asked me, so I'm just gonna answer it myself.
I'm
Freddie, what
sorry,
are
I
you
just can't
drinking?
drink.
Oh, Freddie, I'm drinking
Oh, Freddie.
a concoction. I'm drinking Red Bull,
Uh,
pineapple
I see
vodka,
that.
and Arizona. I'm just
It looks
mixing
like
shit in
a
my house. I'm
goldfish in
like
the
bored.
bottom of your cup from here.
If
Right?
it's there, I'm gonna drink it. So
Oh, please don't
hopefully it's
kill
not
me
there.
now.
I learned a long time ago to stop mixing. Although every time I go see Sally at the bar, she doesn't listen to what I've been drinking to all day. It just brings me shots of whatever.
So you're saying
All
it's
right,
Sally's fault that you
what's
drink a
the
lot?
Paula?
Yeah, it's Sally's fault, but she'll never see this
Yeah.
pod, so I could say that.
Oh man.
So
We
we
could
could
do
just
a
blame
first
Sally
name
for stuff.
basis. But
I
Freddie, you know it's
can't.
bad
She
when you go
hasn't
on
met you
first name
guys
basis with
yet.
her.
But if she met you
Sally,
guys and she heard that I blamed her for me always being drunk when I get home, she'll curse me out.
I can't with you. I can't with you. Cool. So since we're bringing our bartenders and stuff, what are you guys playing right now? I know what I'm playing, but I'll tell you guys in a minute. What are you guys playing? Anyone can go first.
Want me to go first? 'Cause, man, my list is always
Dealer's
long.
choice.
But all right.
Hey,
What's
crazy.
good? Crazy sadistic. That's a nice
yeah,
Yeah.
one.
we have Crazy Eights, Crazy Statistics, the
Yep.
Crazies, and
Yep.
Crazy Eight is butt cheeks.
Yep.
Um,
Me cheeks. It's me cheeks. Not my
B
cheeks.
cheeks, butt cheeks, B cheeks. It's all the
It's
same. It's all
called butt
cheeks.
cheeks.
And we got to shout out Crazy Eights for joining a Drink in the Game this Monday. It's our other podcast that's not always live on Monday, so don't depend on me. Okay, like never depend on me to be live every week. And sometimes it's live, sometimes it's pre-recorded, sometimes you're only gonna get audio because my shit ain't working. You know,
The
like
best life lesson is just don't rely on Andre for anything.
yeah,
I
yeah.
learned that.
Don't rely on
Sounds
me
crazy.
when it comes to
Unless it involves alcohol, then he's 5 minutes
alcohol
early.
and games.
Yeah. He will always get you the best drink
Alcohol
in the
and
house.
games, you can rely on me to always be playing a certain game, and you always can rely on me to show up to your party. Okay, like
Yeah, I'm like Dre. I need one thing for you. Come to my house with a 6-pack. He's like there like instantly. He's like,
Like,
hey,
what? I'm outside.
what? I'm already around the corner.
yeah, yeah. It's like yo, I'm gonna be there,
Thanks.
but
I can't with y'all.
that's how it is. But yeah, drinking the game, guys. Check it out. Comes out on Mondays. If audio stops getting corrupted, you'll always see it on Spotify or iTunes on a Tuesday, just like this podcast on a fucking Friday.
Yes.
If nothing happens, but for the past 2 weeks, shit has been going down. I haven't been able to get the Gamerish Network podcast up for the past 2 weeks.
Oh,
But I'm gonna start doing it all on PC because it seems like doing this shit on tablet and phone is not working. So I'm gonna see if I can work that out tonight after we're done here.
That'd
But
be
yes,
special,
back to what I've been playing. I just finished playing some Resident Evil before I got on right now, so I'm probably like only an
too.
hour and a half in.
Working
Um,
at.
yeah, so I'm in the castle at the moment right now. Trying to figure out where the fuck I have to go because I feel like I've been through every fucking door in the fucking place and
I
still
copy with
can't
that.
figure out when the story is gonna continue. Kind of feels like watching Jupiter's Legacy on Netflix right now, where they keep fucking toying with you and like, okay,
Yo, I
maybe
finished
next
that.
episode you're gonna see what happens here and all this shit. Like, I don't know how many people have watched Jupiter's Legacy right now,
I
and
finished it.
without
yeah.
spoilers, but that show really like
I'm
it. I
upset
don't want
with
to
the
say
show.
it's not bad, but they fucking move mad slow. Like
Look how you
it's
get from
the,
one concept to the next
it's
concept.
the new Dragon Ball Z. Like everything takes a fucking 2-3 episodes before it fucking concludes, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And I don't know why.
Thanks for the hold on. Thanks for the biddies, guys. Appreciate it.
Yes, most definitely. But yeah, I was watching some Jupiter's Legacy before playing Resident Evil. I'm just like, Jesus Christ, like this shit is taking forever to like
I
climb
finished
up.
the whole season.
I didn't
So
finish
did
it
I.
yet, because I've been like doing that and watching anime and then catching up to all my shows. Because now that I'm working, my DVR is filling up again. It's not like before where I could just wake up at 4 in the morning and just start watching everything and then be caught up in time for like by 12 in the afternoon and just start playing games till nighttime. So but yeah, Resident Evil has been keeping me busy, and of course Hood, Legends and Outlaws, which we had a great conversation about on a drink of the game, which you could watch. Can't listen to right now, but you can watch it if you catch
So
it
why
on
don't you give us a little summary on it? Because
Yeah.
I have mixed feelings on it, and
I have no feelings.
would you recommend people buying it now or wait for like a sale?
Well, the thing is, you can wait for a sale. I'm not gonna get mad at anybody that waits on a sale for this game, but it's only $40, and I feel like for $40, unless you were one of those that went and bought the season passes right now, you better hope they add a lot
Crazy
to
did.
those
Crazy
season.
with the
Yeah,
eight.
Crazy
Crazy
Eights. I
did.
know he added the season pass and all that shit, but I didn't buy it because I want to see what the season pass entails. Uh, there you go. This hopefully, like, I'm pretty sure it's going to entail new characters. The game does a lot. I feel like it's Dead by Daylight, but um I can't say it does more. It does what it's supposed to do, and I like it for that. It makes me want to keep playing. It keeps making me want to try new characters. Makes me want to level up. I really feel like if this game had a season pass, I would spend additional $10
There's
for
a
it.
season pass.
No,
That's why it's
no,
50.
I mean like where like the game doesn't have like the microtransactions. You level up, you unlock
No,
these
doesn't.
certain things.
They
Like,
said that the season pass is coming because this is still like kind of early launch. They
yeah,
said after this that they're gonna drop the first official season.
Well, there we
So
go.
like it's
And
it's gonna be coming.
yeah, so then if this game is going to charge me $10 every few months to get new shit and new levels and new characters, I'm all for it. You know, like so like Hood is good. You basically go, you have to steal a key off of the general who can't die, and if he catches
Sheriff.
you, it's a one-hit kill. You know, which
Yeah.
I
Yes.
like staring
He
him
just
into other
chokes you.
players. Yeah,
He's the
chokes you,
Undertaker.
throws you on the ground, and stomps on your
Stomps on
fucking
you.
head. Yeah, which
Yeah.
is real cool. After you steal a key from him, you got to find where the vault is, which I'm kind of iffy with that part of it because
I mean,
the vault, they tell you automatically where to go. Like they don't tell you where in a building it is, but they tell you what building it's in. So like I feel like there will be more mystery and maybe longer matches if you didn't tell us where it is, like make us find it, and maybe like after a
Nah.
I
time
feel like
limit.
I think you're
I
giving
think
people
get
too much
lost
credit. I
with
feel like
this.
people would just be like aimlessly looking around and like
Yeah.
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like
you're right. Yeah,
fighting
I kind
constantly
of
for
thought
no
about that while
reason.
I was saying it. I'll say that, just like yeah. So yeah,
Right.
so it's good, but you go into these buildings, you automatically know this shit is either on the bottom floors or is on top floor. Like it's only two places they put the fucking boat.
Yeah.
And so like it was kind of predictable, but it's always at the ending when it's trying to get away with the chest and everything is where the skills come into play, and it could be some really challenging times. Like
What character you like to play the most?
I like to be what's her name, Marianne. Is
Okay,
Marianne? Yeah,
That's who I
that's
play.
my
crossbow chick.
favorite one.
Yeah.
The stealthy girl and being able to stab people and everything. And right now I'm playing with the tank. I'm trying to level him up. But other than that, I haven't tried anybody else. Well, no, I just
Oh man,
tried
I
with
like
that.
John. This
The
is
is
John.
John the one with the that could
The-
heal and got the
no,
fucking thing? Because
that's the other
everybody
guy.
beasting with that
That's the big
guy,
dude.
yo. I people stop it, stop it. Yeah, but
Yeah,
they
right.
people be beasting with that bald
Ju-
headed healer,
Because he has like that range
yeah.
The
attack.
Mystic. I
Like
hate
so,
that
I'm trying
dude.
to learn how to play with him right now. So whenever I feel like I'm being spammed with him, I can use him
I feel like people
myself.
don't understand like his special heroes. People use it.
Yeah.
You
Wait,
know,
what?
like don't be afraid.
Wait. I'm lost.
He's the healer
Who's the
in the
healer?
four
The
people.
Mystic?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
heals.
He
That's
keeps
his
killing the
special.
shit out of me. I don't like him.
Yeah, people
I know, but like
spam with
he's
their
the healer. So like, but nobody
I've
uses
never.
him to
Wait, are
heal.
you serious? Because he's a
his
hero?
stamina meter like replenishes faster than any other character, so that's why a lot of people love
I
playing
didn't know
as
that,
him.
Crazy.
You
I
know,
honestly didn't know that.
I
I
like
hated
John.
him.
I like he feels like a badass man.
John,
When you
he's
do the
unstoppable.
counter and then you just do
yeah,
the hammer on the down, man. That's so
and if
good.
you sprint and then do the heavy
Alright, cool.
attack,
Bet.
like that's like one hit kills most of the
Yeah,
time.
he's my favorite.
I am always
I
the
go ahead,
same when
please.
he plays.
Oh, I was gonna say I bought the $50 one, where it comes with the season pass. It's like crazy, and I'm like I played a little bit. Then I'm like, nah, this is not worth $50. So I took Steam. I'm like, yo, I want my money back. So I got my
shit.
money back, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna wait for a sale. I like this game. I ain't paying that much money for it. I'm sorry.
I'll pay
I'm
the
like,
cheaper
this
price.
is
You didn't
this
even
is a
give it
fun.
a chance and see
No,
what
I played it, but I'm like, this is not
He's
worth
right.
$50.
It's not worth $50.
Nah, the
He's
fifty
right. I thought
dollars
it
for
was
the
29
season
though. You sure it's
pass.
40?
I know, yeah. So I'm saying like I'll wait on it, but like Mass Effect's around the corner. I'm like iffy on
That's
that.
like
I'm like,
tomorrow.
Which games are you
I
guys
know.
talking about? Oh, Yamel, we're talking about Hood, the game that came
Legends
out
and
like a
Outlaws.
couple days ago. That's what we're talking about. But
yeah, it's a dope game, and I like it. But I would love for like I mean, crazy, both crazy seem like they're on it.
Yeah, it's 30,
Me, crazy, and
it's
Felice.
$30 though, not $40.
Yeah, it's 30, 29.
Okay, because
But
I
like
didn't pay that much.
the season pass, because I'm like, yo, I want to get into this game, but I'm like, how did you, Felice? How did you feel about the cosmetics? I feel like it was like it needed more,
you know,
right?
You know me. You know me. Okay, the more I play it, the more I get irked by the cosmetics. My first thing when I first played it, you can like, because I think at the first time we played it, I don't think I streamed it, but I was just like, why is it so dark? Why is it so dark? Because the tutorial was, I think it was daytime still, kind of when you first do the tutorial.
Yeah.
You saw Mariana, and yeah, crazy said, yeah, it's a little lackluster in the optics.
That's how. Yeah, it's the same how I
The
feel
options?
sadistic.
Yeah, so like the more I played, I was like, why is it so dark? Because I go from place to place to place with the pet sitting, so I keep having to reset the color, the darkness and lightness, because I can't see what the fuck is happening. And I'm like, but I don't have to do that with every game though. So there's definitely something with this game, specifically to the game with the details and the graphics, because I'm a graphics whore, so it's not aesthetically pleasing. The more I play,
Oh, really? On PC, it looks good.
no, it looks okay. Okay, it promises like an older feel of Assassin's Creed because I used to
Yeah.
play with Assassin.
It does feel like
promises-
old school AC.
Yeah, it feels like the one what we said on Jigga Game, like the one with Ezio and
Yeah,
Ezio,
Unity.
not Ezio, the twins. Yes. No. Unity's
Was it
not the twins.
Unity? Was it the one with the twins?
No. We'll come
I
back
don't
to
know. I
that.
did. Is that the
But-
one that's like the steampunk one?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, she's the assassin and he's like something else. I don't know. He's the brawler, the English brawler.
Yeah, I didn't give a shit
Not
about that
important.
game.
Not important. Brotherhood. Thank you. Phil. Yes. So it gives me those vibes. So it gives you that gritty, dark feeling. But if you look at the story, but it's not. There's no real story. Let's be real. But it doesn't. it doesn't mesh up. I still
Yeah.
play religiously. Unfortunately, Crazy Sadistic, and I, even though we don't always play together, but I usually play with Crazy 8. It's just like addictive. 'Cause we became
Really?
we
I'm
became-
surprised you like it so much.
No. I didn't say I like it so much. It's just we get so fucking frustrated with it because when you know what you're supposed to do, and you get into. I haven't played with the other characters, which I need to do. Crazy with the case that he'll show me how to play with the other characters. I only play with I try to play with the bow, but I can't even that shit for shit except
Yeah.
the special. The special is everything. The bow guy, but I play with Mariana, and so literally. Beyond that, when you're playing, you're like, I'm an assassin. Why is my assassination work? There's a lot of glitches in it. I suck at Robin. I don't know who that is. Who's Robin?
The Boren Edward, the guy,
Yeah, the
guy you was talking
Boren
What's
about.
his name?
Yeah.
He's like supposed to be like
Bow
Robin
guy.
Hood.
I call himself Bow guy because he's not significant at all unless he's
You got Bow guy, you
And
got bar-headed guy, you
the
got
guys, the game itself pisses me the fuck off when I play. However,
yeah.
I keep playing it. There's like I guess there's nothing else. I think that's really
I was gonna say that.
Because I don't know if you remember last podcast. Mine's the healer guy. I can show you. Yeah, I'm down for that. But mine's the mine's saying the same thing he just said. Last podcast, not the drinking the game, but the other podcast when we were mentioning, and I was like how I was more excited about Hood because this one Crazy made me buy that shit, and Crazy ass made sure the sale went through.
Yeah.
Literally, I was like more excited about Hood than I was about Resident Evil, so I put Resident Evil on the back burner. However, now I'm playing Resident Evil right at this moment, even though I still put Hood in every now and then. Resident Evil has been like making its way back up there. It's dope as fuck. I'm not gonna lie about that. I did not tell you about. Yes, you did.
Yo,
Anyway.
Crazy 8 was trying to settle on me. I was streaming, and he's like, "Yo, you gonna play Hood?
Yeah,
You gonna get Hood?"
Conversation.
I was like, "Okay, I guess I'm getting Hood."
It's like indoctrinate the masses. Except it was just me, and then I ended up buying it, and I got no money like that, but I bought it. He was like, "I'll buy it for you," and I was like, "I already spent the money."
Hey, yo, next time Crazy, buy it for me. I got you.
No, you're not fucking. What you doing for him lately?
I don't know. What do you want? You want to be a VIP?
He already a VIP.
I've been ready forever.
He's a mod for us right now, actually, because we need mods.
I can make you an admin.
Stop it. Anyway.
We talk later,
but
Crazy.
yeah,
Go ahead.
you can stop. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Trust him, my people. He's mine.
So I've been I didn't buy Resident Evil, and I'm pretty sure I'm never gonna buy it. But I've been watching people play it. And how far are you guys in it? Okay, I've seen the whole playthrough, so I kind of know the whole story.
I'm only at the castle right now.
Have you beat any of the bosses yet?
No, I haven't
I
fought a
have.
boss yet.
Sorry. I don't know where's the camera? Sorry. iPads.
Crazy, you talking about Resident Evil or are you talking about Hood?
Yeah.
Nah,
Just,
he has to be
Resident
talking about
Evil.
Resident Evil.
Yeah.
oh, just
Yeah,
watching.
I'm like, I don't know. I watched the playthrough and I'm like, I'm on the fence with this game. I'm like, please sell me this fucking game because I
Well, if
want
you
to play
watch the
this
whole
game.
thing, what's the
No,
point
no,
of
no.
playing
That's what I'm saying. Like I when I first started watching it, I was like, okay, get me into it. Get me into it. Let me just like turn this off and buy the game. And there was one part in the game that was like, shit. I wish I would have played this. I don't want to spoil it because you guys are not there. But
I am.
I'm just
Don't spoil it.
yeah, I'm not gonna spoil it.
It's
It's
just a
too soon.
weekend.
But I'm just kind of disappointed, honestly. It feels what I've seen from the demos and what I've been and seen people play. It feels too arcadey. I miss the scariness that
Arcadey?
was 7, in the sense of like enemies just running at you. You know, like you didn't have that before in the last ones. I feel like this one was like too, and it's probably more.
They toned down the scariness.
Yeah,
But
that's
people
one
said
thing
it
I
was
was
too
gonna say.
scary in 7. I don't know why, because that's the point of Resident Evil, is to be scary.
It was only scary because of the VR.
You know,
No, it was scary.
yeah, it was scary, but without VR. But VR, I just stopped playing it in VR because I didn't like
can't
all
fuck with
that
the
shit
VR.
that was happening in my
It's
face.
too much. That's $500
I guess
to
for-
break.
I guess for this game, it feels like a Resident Evil game I already played. You know, this feels like Resident Evil, and the last 7 felt like a brand new experience. It felt like something that I haven't done before, and that's what I was hoping that we would continue to evolve. And this just feels like a Resident Evil game. And if you love Resident Evil, you're gonna like this game. But for me, it just felt like another Resident Evil game. And honestly, probably not even better than 2 or 3 in the remakes. You know, so that's just how I mean, Fleece Cat's the expert. How do you feel? Like, how does this stack up so far? How does this stack up so far to the last 3 Resident Evil games that came out?
I'm glad you asked that, Freddie. Well, I have mixed feelings. My first thing I mentioned earlier was the fact that I thought, well, I'd rather play Hood right now than play Resident Evil. That's a bad situation when I just purchased Resident Evil. And, I am a diehard fan of Resident Evil, and it was because I think all the complications between getting the game and that's not actually purchasing the said game, but I had an issue with downloading the demo, so I never got to do the second demo. But I was glad because they show everything nowadays, right? But the intro of the game, I was like, okay, let me do this, and then I saw Hood, and I was like, shit, this looks so much better right now. And then when I actually finally got to play the game, I used to have high expectations for Resident Evil, and the demo, the maiden part was like exciting, but it was like brief, and it was nothing about necessary Resident Evil. Resident Evil's come so far, gone so far away from Umbrella, even though they put little Easter eggs of the Umbrella emblem grayed out in the game itself. I don't want to say I'm disappointed. I'm a little disappointed, just a little bit, a lot of it. And you're right about the scare factor. There is a lot that is missing because maybe what he said, they took it out. They said it was too scary for the other one, which is some bullshit because that's what it's supposed to be. It's a scary game. I, however, will still jump like a little bitch because I was playing it earlier and I still jumped. But it was like because the music. It's like it tells you to jump. It would be coming out of nowhere. But beyond
Those are
that,
cheap
like,
scares.
yeah, thank you. I get the cheap scares. So I will always jump for those. But am I really scared that, that huge chick is gonna chase me? No. Come get me, mama. But nah, I'm past that part, realistically. I won't say much about that because he's not that far. I'm in the village again. I'll just leave it at that. But it's very like what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like it's
Predictable.
it's set up like a 4-scale attack with a main boss. That's what I'm seeing so far. Because I've gotten to the point where like, oh, I did this section. Okay, now there's like these more sections. Okay, and then clearly there's this other boss. Because I look at the what do you call those?
It's everywhere. The pictures,
trophies?
you look at
fuck
trophies.
that. I don't YouTube it. There's no multiplayer.
No.
That
Yeah,
shit
yeah.
does not work. That
No,
shit does not
like,
work. I
they-
tried,
They delayed the multiplayer.
Yeah, it's there. I
Yeah.
deleted it because it said 8 gigabytes of nothing happening. I deleted it. But yeah, literally, like, I agree with you a lot, Freddie, in reference to, like, it's not what you expected. I didn't pay for it. I mean, wasn't pay for it because that's the smart thing to do. I will put it on the back burner until I have to, But I am playing it right now. It does get interesting to the point like it's something new, but it's like I did this already Resi before.
I have a question to ask you guys. Dre, do you want wait? Do you want to go and see like what's your thoughts on it? Impressions.
Yeah,
Impressions?
well, I really even spoke about it already on Drink of the Game, but
He's like,
like,
I did that already.
yeah, it's fucking like I'm okay with it right now. Like I come home,
There's nothing
I
else.
haven't been scared of anything or yet. Part of that is probably because I'm always inebriated when I'm playing, and so like I'm just running through everything. Honestly, I've fallen asleep with the controller in my hand twice this week while playing, but
That's
that's
not
not
good.
because of the game. That's my own fault. But yeah, it's still good to me, man. I'm not hating on it yet. I haven't seen anything that's fucking razzled me, but I haven't seen anything that scared me yet either.
I was
I'm,
gonna go ahead.
no, no, I'm like, I have some fucking VR game that from this like Dungeons and Dragons type game that you can play in VR now called Remio or Demio something like that. And I bought it and I haven't played it. I've had it on my VR headset for 4 days, and you literally go on there and you're rolling dice for other people in VR, and you
Mm,
get cards, they power up your character and all this type
Yeah,
of shit. Like I don't know if you guys see the trailer for that, but
I haven't.
I
man,
think
you
it's done this
you
pod.
mentioned it a couple of times, so
Yeah,
you must really
Yeah,
like this game.
yeah. I
yeah.
haven't even played it yet.
Especially
It's
since
like
there's
when I
nothing
come
else out.
home
Yeah, you've
and
been talking a lot, but I feel like
I gotta
I.
fucking like play my console games, and I completely forget my Quest is sitting there. Like, yo, you got like two games on here that you
Wait, what's
haven't
this thing that
played.
on?
Through.
The Oculus?
Oculus, yeah, Oculus
Speaking of,
Two.
Before we leave Resident Evil talk, I just want to ask because I know we gave a lot of shit for. I have a question. We gave a lot of shit to Cyberpunk by overhyping this game before release. So my question is to you: do you think Resident Evil kind of made the same mistake? Gas like kind of really like feeding this game up. We had two demos. We had a couple of mini events for Resident Evil leading up to this game. Do you think if they relaxed on that, that maybe the experience would have been different?
uh,
I think
Because
uh,
I feel like I think
so.
so. Yeah, I think they showed too
it
much in the
depends.
trailers.
They
I
did
don't think that
show
they
a
showed
lot,
that much.
but one thing that they did get us on is making us think the vampire lady was like the main character. So at
I
least it
know,
was
but
like
that's
the main
disappointing.
bad guy.
Well,
No, it's not even
they're
disappointed.
floating
Like
their title based off of this huge chick because everyone is immature in reference to, you know, sexualizing a fictional character in her booty. That's all dead meat, FYI. All dead meat, full of mouths.
I mean, that's your opinion. I think
I
that
love
like
how you're saying that. That's just my opinion.
no, I
And I
think
said
I
it.
think it's I
He
think it's
just said a whole
pretty.
thing and you said nothing. Your view.
I know
Continue.
my thing on that. Yeah, it's a little ridiculous. The internet's gonna have this fun, but I
Yes,
feel like
that's what I'm asking.
they didn't expect the people to like gravitate to her as much as they did, and they sold us something that wasn't there, and I think that's kind of disappointing. Is that like
Isn't that a trend though? 2020,
no, yeah, I'm
2021?
saying, and I think that if that was something that like if they didn't
Huh.
show us that, if we walked into this giant chick chasing us down and fucking us up, that it would have been more exciting. You
I
know,
got a question for you. As the host of this week's podcast,
you're the host. I'm just talking a
I'm
lot. I've been drinking too much.
I no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm asking. That was the beginning of the question. As the host of this week's podcast, how do you
Yes.
think we get out of this cycle of this trend of the bullshit that we see that we assume is real that becomes nothing and crap and a letdown? How do we get out of the cycle? Because it's continuing. Even if
Yeah.
we're like, oh, this is not cyberpunk. It's not. There are glitches in Resident Evil, FYI, but it's not cyberpunk. It's good. But oh shit, this is not that good. This is kind of
Yeah.
bad. How do you think we get out of this trend that's happening that they're selling us? How do we get out of it? Macking.
Dre, you want to go?
I said
can't
macking.
really can't really get out of it unless we ain't fucking watching trailers and
You said
shit like
Dre.
that anymore. Because like with these big end games, like they want to keep showing us and pushing it to get these sales. Unlike it's crazy because when it comes to PlayStation, Microsoft, here I go again. But when it comes to PlayStation and fucking Microsoft, we fall into these trends of watching all the bullshit they show us and here's our new thing, here's our great thing, and then it's never what we expect it to be because they hyped it up too much. And I give it up to Microsoft right now because Microsoft hasn't been showing off games like that the way Sony has been with like Ratchet and Clank, where we all know what the fuck Ratchet and Clank is gonna be. So I don't know why you're hyping this game up like
That
it's
and
like
that's
the
another thing.
yeah,
Like they're
like
showing too much.
yeah, but the thing is, we all know Ratchet and Clank. There's been like what fucking 10 games for Ratchet and Clank already. Like, why hype up the one game we all know what it's gonna
Well,
be when it comes
I
out?
think that's what Felice is trying to like ask us is
yeah,
like,
I was gonna say,
why
yeah,
do you
I think,
think?
yeah, thank you.
I think that's the question is like, why do you think they're doing that, and why do we keep hoping it's something better?
I don't. At this point in time, I don't know why they're doing it because they can't really push sales when you have no consoles to sell anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First off, like it makes no sense to keep pushing sales because the scalpers have all the consoles anyway. So
Yeah.
it is what it is. Unless it's coming on PS4 and PS5. Microsoft has a better reason to push shit because at least all their shit is going to work on everything that you own on between last generation and this generation. And Nintendo has it all right because Nintendo only pushes what they know our dumbasses are going to keep buying no matter what. So like I don't think it's not going to end until we stop spending our money on it until we're just like yo, stop ruining the game. Like there has to be like a fucking outcry of us like, yo, stop ruining games. Stop showing us so much big trailers. Don't give us 30-minute demos and shit like that. Unless it's Elder Scrolls where 30 minutes don't mean shit in that world. You know,
Well, I wouldn't even want to see like. I think the problem is, Felice, is that like we're still in a pandemic and there's not a lot of stuff in the works.
I
So I
have no
think
rebuttals
that
to that
no, yeah, you can. So my thought is like
when you're done.
that there's not a lot of stuff coming out, so they're dragging this one game to hype the shit out of it to fill in the empty spots that other games would be happening right now. So I think that like Capcom usually would have other games coming out right now, but because of pandemic, they only have Resident Evil, so they're doing like trailers, demos, all this extra shit for it. And I think that's part of the reason that we're seeing so much of a game before it's released.
man,
I
but we
don't enjoy
had
it.
so much of Capcom before this game. They came out in two other Resident Evils like within months of
Yeah,
each other.
and they like did it fast. So I think that there's nothing. What's the next like game coming out right now?
I can't think of it.
Mass Effect tomorrow.
But
Doesn't count.
that's
I
an
mean,
old
it
game,
counts.
you
It
know.
wholeheartedly counts, but in my opinion, it doesn't really.
Just to
count.
touch on Camtastic, do you prefer first person or third person in Resident Evil? I think
prefer
third person.
first. I like first more than third because it's
First,
more.
excuse me.
I don't really get too scared when I'm playing in third person as opposed to when
Excuse me.
something's in my face in first person. And Resident Evil, like they got better with the third person, of course, with the remakes. But back in the day, third person was like some clonky ass shit when it comes to
Because
I guess I
movies.
don't.
first person though, right? Because you have to press the button, use the circle to turn around, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
First person.
That's like a fucking weird ass view. I don't like first person because I feel like it's not too fast. I hate
is
seeing my
slow.
character, yeah.
It makes me feel clunky when I'm running. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
it
get
feels
really mad.
clunky.
But then again, Ethan in general is slow as fuck. He be getting stuck in situations. I get pissed at him. I be cussing him out, legit.
Well, he ain't a
He's stuck in the same-
superhero. He's a normal
No,
human
but his
being.
arms grow back, so he's a superhero
Well,
status. Okay.
yeah, that's like spoiler territories. D
No, it's
Gaming
not.
says
It's
I
not.
prefer first. I hate seeing my character. Yeah, if I had to see Ethan third person, I probably wouldn't even like look at the game. So yeah, it matters what the character is. But like Leon and Chris, I don't mind like being those characters.
Yeah.
Felice, you said you had something to say.
Yeah, my I was gonna say that you guys kept saying that that seeing all the information of seeing all the game is like a lot, and you feel like it's because there's nothing else coming out. So like, or there's nothing else. Yeah, there's nothing else coming out or whatever. So they're like showing all this stuff. But what? How are we holding the games a different standard from the movies? Because the movies do the same shit when they show.
I could put her
trailers.
up
They show
higher.
why is she so low? I'm low.
Yeah, you're
I
a
mean
little
lower
lower
than us.
Than us, yeah.
Oh, cause
We're not trying to limit her, guys.
I'm a Bluetooth headset. You can hear me though, right?
Yeah, we hear
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
You're just
You're
lower
good.
than we are.
Carry up mic, but I don't know how to do that. I'm on the iPad.
Where's your mic? Whatever. Is your mic in for your computer or your headset?
It's wireless.
So just speak a little louder.
I have a soft voice. I'm aware. But okay, I'll try to speak louder. Is that better?
Okay, I gotta lower you.
It feels it feels weird. What I was saying was that how are we holding the gaming industry to a different standard and not holding the movies to the same standard? Because we just spoke about the same situation with Mortal Kombat and how they showed the whole fucking movie. That's crazy. They showed the whole fucking movie, but now we're like, oh well, games, they need to do better. But the whole industry needs to do better. Even that we're seeing it as a show thing. Like I don't see the whole thing up front unless it's like the real deal of like an actual physical product. Not I don't mean movies. When I say physical product, like a car. Like this is everything it has. I'm like, oh, I know what I'm getting. Or this is all the food. Oh, I know what I'm getting. But like with movies and games and stuff like that, I don't want to know the ending. I don't want to know the beginning. I want to know the premise. Give me a short, brief story. This is the people who edit. This is their fault because they want to make it more interesting. But by making it more interesting, they're just like, here is everything. Because this movie is whack. This game is whack. So it's like, are we really holding the gaming industry to a different standard than the movies? Because we just had the same conversation about.
I think the
Mortal Kombat.
difference is the one. I think video games are more intimate experience. You're bringing it to your house and you're spending anywhere from 10, 12, 15,
I watched
40
that
hours
movie
to
in
a
my
game.
bedroom on HBO.
No, and
That's
like
pretty
okay.
intimate.
Yeah, bedroom, like yeah,
That's
I
in my
agree.
boudoir.
Bedrooms are intimate, but also
I'm
like
with you.
a movie is like a 2 hour experience, and you're paying.
Yeah,
New York
we
prices
ain't-
are dumb expensive. It's like $15,
exactly.
but still, you're not
Well,
paying
according
like
to Resident Evil,
$80,
that's like a
$70.
3 hour experience, which is the movie experience. Did you see that trophy for the 3 hours? Beat that game under 3 hours?
That's for the
Yeah,
people that do the speed runs.
It's possible though. If it's possible to beat it in 3 hours, then
Yeah, for
I'm
the
feeling
people
like
that
I
do
need to
speed
relate to the
runs,
movie.
I guarantee you, me, you, or Freddie ain't never beaten that game in no 3 hours.
I know. Come on.
you probably.
You don't have to talk shit about us.
Before we get into game news,
Yeah.
Felice, you want to read
I saw
what D
something.
Gaming TT said?
Yeah, I just saw it just now. What's okay. What are you guys' favorite game and what you prefer console PC? I don't have a favorite game because realistically I'm a gamer. There's no one favorite game. It's
That's
hard
a
to
cop
say that.
out.
It's not a cop out.
Yeah,
It
everybody
changes.
has a favorite game or
I do
franchise.
not have. Nope. People ask the same thing about movies. Okay, I have a favorite color. But beyond that, people ask me about favorite things in general. I don't have a favorite. I have things I like, and I like Resident Evil, and this is not my favorite game. Sorry.
You like Resident Evil or Final Fantasy?
Those are my favorite genre beginnings, but they're not my favorite games per se because I don't like every single Resident Evil. And console, I would say PC would be great, but I don't have that, so I can't really cop to that. So that PC don't work that I got, FYI, guys.
When it comes to me, favorite franchise ever is always going to be Metal Gear. My
I
favorite
curse
Metal
every
Gear
single
game will be Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots, where everything just comes fucking full circle and shit. And I can play that shit all the time, and I'll never get tired of it. Of course, the Halo franchise is my close second, and I would say, yeah, Mass Effect is probably like third place because I beat the game 4 times. So like anything that makes me play it over again when I have a bunch of new games to play, that I have to say that it's one of my favorite franchises. And when it comes to console or PC, the reason you guys don't see me streaming a lot is because I prefer being on my console. And unfortunately, our consoles don't spread as much the love as our PCs do. But I'll always prefer console because I like playing on controller more than mouse and keyboard. And although I do have a plug-in Xbox controller for my PC, I'd rather just play on my console if I'm going to use a controller. The only time I go on my PC is if it's a game that's only on PC. That's the only time I play on my PC.
Yeah. For me, I don't really have a favorite console. I like my Xbox. I like the ecosystem on that. I like that. Like I can play old games and new games on it with no issues. I really enjoy games that are kind of like a it's a story, but so similar to like maybe God of War 3, Uncharted, Last of Us, games where like the story and the gameplay really are mixed into one. So I enjoy this kind of games. Mass Effect, those are the type of games I really enjoy.
I like
But yeah,
like story games too. That makes sense.
but I'm a sucker for like Blitz and just like dumb games. I play Smite a lot. I'm playing 2K a lot. So I like both. You know, you need to have those games where you can just like put music on the background and just chill. You know.
Yep. Yep. That's me with Yes Your Grace right now.
Oh yes, I heard about the game.
Yeah, nice indie game. But I
Unicorn
guess
Chicken.
it's time. Like we might as well start getting
You
into
need to
this
play that
game
game.
news before we hit
Yes.
an hour without any
I
game news.
think actually no, you just went. BK. What is a couple of your gaming news? Not all of them. Not all of
Oh,
them.
all
No,
right.
not all of
I'll
them.
start from the bottom. Epic is trying to spend over 200 million to get PlayStation exclusives on PC, and that's a well, and all that money mostly comes from Fortnite alone. Because if you guys ever heard, they made like, well, I think it's like something around the lines like 9.5 billion in Fortnite alone in 1 year. Like
Seriously?
fucking crazy, billions of dollars off of one fucking game, and I feel bad because I barely play it, but yet here I am giving my son all the money he needs to play it, and I'm paying the monthly pass for that game and don't even use it. So every time I go on my Fortnite account, I have like mad V Bucks. And I think I mentioned this earlier. I just use that money to show kids that, haha, look at everything I can buy and you can't, but other than that, like, yeah, it's crazy. So I'm wondering if this makes like the Sony fanboys upset that their exclusives just might end up on the Epic Game Store, because then they have nothing else to really brag about anymore. Because if you don't have your exclusives only on PlayStation, what else are you going to brag about now? Because at least us people that play on Xbox, and yes, people I own all systems, so don't even come at me. But at least on Xbox, I could say, hey, at least every Xbox exclusive is going to be free day one for me, and I don't have to worry about. I don't care if it goes to PC either. Like I just care that I get that shit free day one. Sony, PlayStation don't got nothing like that. Like you're gonna pay for this game, and then, but the only argument is always that, hey, we got our exclusives, because that's the only thing Sony fanboys say is we got our exclusives. There's nothing else other than that you could say. So
Yeah.
what do you guys think? Like, is this going to be, you think PlayStation's going to take the bait? You guys think this is going to be something that, like, you guys think Sony's going to stop being exclusive? Obviously, they'll make it timed exclusives before they put it on PC. But how you guys think this might change the landscape?
I think
So that's
that
first.
it's I could put it down. I think that 200 million is a fucking lot of money, and I think that I think we need to get out of this mindset of what like we need to get in the mindset of like why can't we all just get along? It's like if I
Thanks.
have the option to play fucking PlayStation games on my fucking computer, I'm fucking loving that shit. Like, and what I want the future to be is to be able to cross play. Like if I buy Mass Effect on PC, I want to own that game on whatever system. That's my fucking dream. Like I want to buy
Yes.
Mass Effect on PC, play that shit on my Xbox, and play it on my Switch. I want to get to that point in gaming where like if I buy a game, I can play it on whatever system. That's what I want next. But good for them. I would love to have PlayStation exclusives on PC. It's already happening. Death Stranding. What's the other game that came out? That zombie game.
The
Days, not Days Gone. Days Gone. Is it
zombie
Days Gone?
one or Days Gone?
One that just came out? Not that
When did
just
No,
it
that
just
came
come
on.
out? This old.
That came on Steam.
Days
Uh,
Gone. I
yeah,
think
Days Gone. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
So
I was trying
yeah,
to find it. I thought I changed
I
it.
think that that's pretty dope. I would love it. 200 million is a lot of money though. You do you guys think it's worth 200 million PlayStation exclusives?
It's the only way to let Sony
Um,
let go. Because if it was Microsoft, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have to spend that much. Microsoft is like, whatever we got, just put it in more money for us. Just let us know what our cut is going to be. and we're gonna put it on there. But Sony, they like to hold on to stuff. But hey, there we go. Horizon Zero Dawn is there. You got what you call Detroit Become Human. You got freaking like you said, the Days Gone and all that shit. So even though it's years later, they're starting to get there.
I think it's
And
already happening. Remember that new
yeah,
Final Fantasy? It's gonna be PC.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
these things are finally being ripped out of their hands. I mean, okay, we had the same conversation about Nintendo, and okay, even before I was with the podcast, even before any of us was with the podcast, I had the same conversation with someone when I used to work at GameStop. It was like, why won't Nintendo just take this deal, take this cell phone deal where they can have this cell phone game? And then now we're in the future where it's like now they got several cell phone games. So it takes time and it's a lot longer for them to literally. Thank you, DK Gaming. DK D Gaming. It takes a bit of time for them to loosen the reins and realize that like all these old heads in their board or whatever do not represent the gamers. Just like a lot of the companies do not represent the people who are actually playing the games. They're like in the old state of mind, like how can we make money? And we're like, make it free for everyone. Not free, because obviously we would like it free, but make it available across platforms. And that's like how do we market this? How do we make money for this? You know? So it's like,
hey, making it free nowadays, that's another story I had about how people are realizing that free to
work
play games
well.
are making more money than regular game releases that have no microtransactions or anything.
Yeah. Hopefully microtransactions, sorry. Hopefully microtransactions will eventually become a thing of the past.
Not as
But
long as season passes will keep coming out.
I know, but it's different from loot boxes and season passes. I'd rather pay for a season pass and pay for a bunch of
Yeah,
loot
me
boxes to get the
too.
same shit. That shit is annoying. But we discussed this before in previous podcasts.
Yeah.
We yeah. What was your other story, BK? Well, another story because now you have like a plethora of stuff.
Nah,
I'm just your humble
Resident
host.
Evil, since we brought it up, was
Yes.
accused of stealing designs from a horror movie, this indie horror movie that came out. If you read the article, you see these pictures. The guy puts it up side by side, the pictures of his horror movie
Mm.
characters and Resident Evil characters, and yeah, he makes a pretty good case because
It
like he
sounds like
put up
another
5
GTA Lindsay
characters
Lohan.
and all of them look just like his
No, not all of
creations.
them.
No,
There's only
like at
one
No,
that
least
looks
most of them.
similar.
Oh
it
no, man!
sounds
I'm
like
looking at these
Lindsay
The
pictures
Lohan
right
in
first
a
now.
one
GTA
with the
again though.
pilot.
Like,
That's the thing. Like, if you put anything close together, like one the image that he made, I was funny because I saw this story and people were making fun of it on Twitter. There's a Mega Man boss that is the same character as a propeller guy with the propeller in the face and everything. So this like nobody invented this character. Like if you could say like maybe that was influence on them, that's okay. I give you that, but nobody's
That's
copying
different.
Capcom. Like nobody's
Yeah.
copying off of them.
you don't know. Like,
I think this is just like people in
I
America just trying to sue. He's not even American, but this is like people just trying to sue. You know, just cancel culture. It's like, oh,
I mean
our
everyone
shit's similar. Let me sue.
I feel like we need a new box instead of calling it cancel culture because I feel like cancel culture has become this thing where obviously it's a huge terror, but like there's pieces that are just it's like this big bomb and it's like everyone throws things in it. But I agree with you. There's a whole thing where right now where people are suing everyone because like they say, oh shit, this person sued this person. Let me get that money. We had a similar situation with Lindsay Lohan and Grand Theft Auto, didn't we? Also, we had a similar situation with that model. What was sorry, the game corporation. I can't remember what the game was right now, but the game. It was
Modern
oh we
Warfare and that little army chick.
yes, Call of Duty. Yes, thank you. With the not this season but second season, the army chick in Call of Duty, Modern Warfare and yeah, a Cold War. So it's like ah yeah.
It's similar. I give you that, but like one of them
And
is
like,
like
how many basic
maybe
white or black or Hispanic or how many basic general characters are like not the same? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Megan. I'm sorry. I totally got you. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
so the characters Drake. They're all like monsters. From Resident Evil to this
all of
indie
which I
movie.
never even encountered yet. So I'm just like, well, spoiler alert for me.
Yeah,
You
I think
know,
that like I seen the comparison, and one is very like spot on. Like holy shit, like this, like I see what you're saying. But then when he saw the other ones and the other ones and the other ones, I'm like, okay, you're just chasing right now. You're
No,
just trying to
it's not
like.
even that because remember they could also be like, okay, so we don't get hit with copyright infringements. Let's just take this
Edit it.
off here, move this around here, and boom, he can't say
But
that.
like, let's say, like, Dre, have you ever had like an idea that you thought was yours, and then you Google it and you realize somebody else, it was somebody else,
Well, that's
invented it?
one idea,
Well,
though.
No, I'm just saying that happens to me all the time. I'm over here like brainstorming. I'm like, holy shit, I
Yeah,
got the
like,
best
there's-
idea ever. I Google it,
but with
somebody
art,
has
it's
it.
a little with art, it's a little different. I know you're good with the. I still need to learn that shit, and I have not made time. But I know you're good with the digital art, Matt King. I'm not. I'm still learning, but with specific arts and paint strokes and stuff, that is very specific.
No, this is
Okay.
no. That's what I'm saying. Like this was like a costume design, and like I'm
was just-
sure Capcom just like was
This
just
was
like,
like-
okay, seems pretty cool. This fits the area, because that area is all about meta
probably
and
stole it.
You
construction.
don't think one of those
Capcom,
people could have
probably
watched
stole it.
this movie and just
No.
like, yo?
I don't think
because
people
it's
are doing
an indie
that.
movie, no one's watched it, so why not
Nobody.
steal
Nah.
some ideas from here?
I mean-
you know?
I think that's giving them too much credit, honestly.
No, well, exactly because
Maybe.
they're an indie movie, right? And so we're not.
No, it was
gonna
like
get
nobody
that.
knows about it. Like that.
Exactly. That's why
Inspiration
it's
is
easier to
important.
steal. Like
I think
like
everybody wants a
fucking-
bad guy, and it's easy to pick
I mean-
like Capcom to be the bad guy.
Activision didn't pay, so I feel like Capcom is not gonna either. So it's like, give up. No.
Yeah, it is what it is. You know, it's what it is. Well, they win or not.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Matt King. Do you have? Oh, you mute it? No, he's not. He's getting it. Did your wife bring you another beer?
Oh, Agua.
Aqua. Say hi to wifey. Oh, she's not wifey. She's
Hello, wifey.
Okay, that's your.
That's all bedroom talk. Sorry, guys.
Oh my gosh, I don't need to hear any of that. That's very complicated. It sounds like Oscar the Grouch from the trash can. Don't know how to feel about this.
Hello.
He crawled underneath the bed while
I
she-
just wanted to say that in reference, it's not necessarily news. I mean, we were talking about Mass Effect because I was gonna say he should go next, but I was just gonna reference this Mass Effect thing 'cause that was my main thing. I know everyone's excited about it. It's not news. So there's a review on Mass Effect. A legendary edition that should be coming out soon. But one thing I wanted to say is that from what I've seen so far as a remastered edition, it's just like we've been having this string of things that have been remade and remastered, and then like there's a very distinctive difference between the two. And often when we see them, we're like, oh well, if they remastered this game, so it's the same port. That's the word I'm looking for. Ports. Versus like top down like Final Fantasy VII or Resident Evil 2, was it? Where they go in and they recreate the whole thing to current standards. So I'm really excited to see what's going to happen with Mass Effect, because Mass Effect is a remastered edition. They're supposed to be updating things to make it more, current times. However, I don't know. I'm kind of nervous about it too, because that concept of like looking at an old game and you loving it, and then like seeing it now and just hating it.
Yeah.
Kind of. I don't know if I'm saying it weird.
I'm so on the fence on this game. My instinct is to buy it. I love Mass Effect. It's probably my favorite trilogy ever.
Have you seen the shots?
But it's
already?
huh?
Have you seen the shots already? The pictures?
I know what I'm saying. Because today people were streaming it. People got it early.
I'm not watching.
And I'm like, I'm not really like sold on it. Like I honestly with EA with Game Pass, we could download each game right now for free.
Yeah, I know.
And
but
those games have the updates, not to this level, but there's certain updates to it already.
Well, I want to
So-
play Mass Effect 1 with the big updates because
That's the only
there's
thing.
there's
That's
a
what I'm saying.
huge
Like,
update for Mass Effect 1.
if I could buy Mass Effect 1 and replay that, I would, and just play Mass Effect 2 by itself and Mass Effect 3 by itself. But like Mass Effect 1 is probably what you're paying for, the biggest updates. But honestly, I might just hold out for Game Pass. I feel like this is gonna go
Yeah,
in Game Pass in a
me
couple of
and
months.
Thank
Big
you.
E had this conversation while I was at work today. He texted me, he's like, "Why isn't Mass Effect on Game Pass?" And I'm just like,
They need to
uh,
see what would happen first.
like
Yeah, I
it's
might
because
wait for it.
EA was just like, "Yeah, this is one we need to make money off of before we put it on Game Pass." But I feel in about 4 to 6 months, it's gonna be free in Game Pass and
Like
Yeah.
EA Play.
even the fact that they changed the beginning of the first one, where it's like after the mass attack, there's like this beautiful sunset, sorry, sunrise, sunset,
I think I just
sunset.
convinced myself not to buy it and just go buy my Pokemon Snap game. Like,
But yeah, it's very eerie. Everyone talks about how it's very eerie how they changed the opening Sunny Day, and it's like it's supposed to be like foreshadowing to match the presence of Mass Effect 2 opening and Mass Effect 3 opening. Like those are like intense, you know? I mean, it may seem like nothing, but I don't know. I don't know. It's just weird. Like it feels off for me so far. The videos. I've been watching videos.
oh,
You
I
should
haven't watched anything. I'm just
don't
like,
don't do it. Don't do
nah.
it.
Well, I already know what happens, so
Yeah, I
it's just
mean, I
whatever.
know, but like it's not about knowing what happens. It's more like when like I said, when you're a kid, and you see that cartoon, and you become an adult, and you're like, what the fuck was I thinking? The
Nah,
Transformers. This
I
is
don't think
shitty as
Mass
fuck.
Effect would do that to me. If I saw like Metal Gear being remade now, I'm like,
Oh,
yo,
okay. Well, sorry. Let's say Metal Gear. If we remade
yo,
Metal Gear, and like they made the guy in that suit with that one Metal Gear where he was like super shiny, he was the female.
I'll give up drinking for a week to get Metal Gear on my consoles remade on PS5 right now. Like,
That's
I'll
a lot
give
of
up
money.
drinking for a
You should
week.
probably crowdfund that.
You know, I'll save a lot of money if I stop drinking for a fucking week.
Um, Mad King, do you have any stories for us today?
Yeah, I have. I mean, Drake kind of touched on some of it, but
Yeah, I know. He touched on some mines too. Mine's just resonating.
one thing from the Epic Stars called you a liar.
What,
Thank you.
yeah,
I mean,
what,
you
are
would
you,
never,
what
right?
am I lying about? Me giving up
Not
drinks for
drinking
a
for a
week?
week.
You know,
Yeah,
it's a hard
hindsight.
task, but I think I could do it. Okay, I think I could do
No,
it.
it's not happening. Mad King, continue.
I was gonna say the whole Epic and Apple, there's still the argument, they being
Internet
sued and
X.
shit like that. Um, I just one point they're bringing in other parties now, Xbox, PlayStation, and stuff like that. And they were saying how
Love it.
Xbox stated that, and you guys both know this, working up from Sony and selling consoles, that they never once made any profit off of any Xbox consoles in the history of Xbox brand.
Wait,
I
Xbox
thought
never made
that
money?
off of
They
the
always
console
sold it at a
itself.
loss. They always sold it at a
Yeah, they
loss.
always sold out a loss, and that
Yeah,
they
yeah.
never made any profit in the history of Xbox, which that was kind of surprising. I understand in the beginning that the selling consoles at a loss is because the chips and stuff is more
Chip.
expensive up front,
Yeah.
but later on in the history of the console, things start getting cheaper. So I was just a little surprised that that was a fact. And but it's funny enough that Apple, not Apple, it was either Apple or Epic, they didn't like that and they thought it was kind of bullshit. So they're like, "Now you're lying. Let's throw that statement out." But the statement's already out. So I just
A
wanted to
lot is
just
coming out during this story. This is
Honestly,
yeah, a
one of
lot
the
of
things
stuff
I
is
want
coming
to
out.
touch on, like some personal emails that started getting leaked
yeah.
between
Honestly,
companies.
that's I don't know how you feel about that, Dre, but from working at Sony, me working previously at GameStop for 12 fucking ish years, I know already where the coins go, where they come from, whatever. You do not make any money off of the console. Even fucking game, I fucking hate that company, but even them, we didn't make any money for anything brand new. I know for a fact that Sony and Microsoft, when it first comes out anyway, didn't make anything really off of it. They make like dollars on the console. The whole point was um packaging, just like with a restaurant. When you go to a restaurant, you buy a plate of food. It's about the add-ons, it's about the drinks, the appetizer. It's the same concept because I work at Windows. So it's the same concept. It's about add-ons in all of the companies. And specifically, we were moving from, well, depending on which era of system, moving from the hardware to the software and then digital era, which we are in now. So I can see how Microsoft would say with them making that much money on it, or anything at all, because they were selling a lot at a loss. They were making most of their money on Halo, well, pushing Halo mostly, and even with that, they weren't making they weren't making 100% profit ever or 50% profit ever. So I can see why that point would be valid. Even Sony doesn't make that much money. I mean, but they have the other ventures like Sony has like the Sony Entertainment thing with the movies, because obviously they fund their own fucking movies. Like remember they did UMDs, then they did the Blu-ray movies. Microsoft has PC and Sony actually, Sony not PC specifically only, but they have other stuff like the gaming industry. Even though it's supposed to be a big source of income, it's still also like a space where there's a lot of money being spent versus profits coming in. So if you look at their P&L, if they were to show that, which I'm sure they would not because they want to make sure their board of directors stay and their shares stay at a certain price. But if you look at that shit, if someone was to be privy to that shit, you would see that like the amount of money they spend towards creating such products versus the amount of money they make on those said products versus to gaming is not that much.
Yeah.
With the exception of software. With the exception of digital. Obviously, I'm not talking about digital.
Yeah, digital stuff. I'll get into the digital stuff later. But yeah, they make most of their money off of add-ons, the camera, just the controllers, and all that
The
stuff. And
cost of
of course,
paying
their
for it to be created
first
versus the
party
cost of it.
games and
Yeah.
stuff like that, which is why it'll be Sony would be crazy. They're like, yo, let's take this 200 million and do something with this and just
They
put it
don't
on
got
fucking
bread
PC.
just to
You
throw.
know,
They have like at the strip joint. They have
yeah,
bread
but
just
with
to
Microsoft, like this is just Microsoft flexing. And there's like, look at us. Like we don't have
like
to make a fucking profit, and look how much money we're still spending on all these fucking companies that we're gonna have on Game
it's an
Pass and
investment.
everything,
It's an
and
investment.
all these
You should
free
look at
games
it.
we could still give out on day one, and we don't make a damn profit because we fucking come from the Bill Gates loins. Like
I think
and
that you're. I don't know if there's a Microsoft pony, like there's a Sony pony. I'm neutral, even though I do like my PlayStation a lot. I'm
yeah, I'm
neutral.
not saying like I'm neutral with everything because I don't give a fuck. I'll spend all the money in the world if they want me to
I
on
know.
fucking
I
video
know.
games. I don't care, So, but Microsoft, it's a nice little flex for them, you know.
Yeah.
But while we're on the topic of the damn that damn controversy, all this stuff, like it's crazy because on the other end of Sony, like they came out with like emails that was sent to Sony about like how much they had to pay Sony and fucking kiss Sony's ass just to get them to do crossplay because Sony didn't want to do crossplay on Fortnite and Epic literally sent them an email basically saying, and I'm paraphrasing here, like if you put Epic crossplay on Fortnite, we'll make sure that at E3 we boast it on your console. We won't say it about it on Xbox. We'll make sure that you guys were the shining light of crossplay. Even though Microsoft already said yes before Sony did, they said they were going to make PlayStation the the headline of being crossplay for Fortnite and give them such amount of money. And like the way the guy worded this email, it was just like, if you don't say yes to this, you guys are stupid because they knew they have all this money coming in. Like they're like, we have all these cross things coming on. We got Marvel coming on. The amount of money we're about to make from this, if you don't do crossplay, you're gonna look like the loser in this deal. Which is, in all reality, Sony would have been the loser by not doing this. But yeah, like Epic is ready right now. Fortnite has Epic just throwing money out there. Like they're just like, yo, fuck it. Our one game is making all this money. This one game is the reason we can pay for all these exclusives. Like they
Earnings
pay
rule them all.
yeah, they fucking paid billions of dollars for their exclusive deal just for like to have a game on the Epic Game Store for 3 months. And all that money comes from what they made off of Fortnite. It's not even like their regular cash. It's just like, yeah, Fortnite made us this much. We didn't expect to make this much from Fortnite this year, but hey, let's
Well,
take some of that money and get some exclusives for the Epic Game Store. You
maybe
know,
this is what Freddie he always is in this section of the conversation. Maybe this is what Freddie has been saying for like forever. He's been like, well, how do we make things like where Can we stop these wars? Can we just fucking play a game? Maybe it took a giant to make this happen, or make this happen eventually because we're not there yet, right, Freddie? You'd be like, why can't we just play this game where we want to play? Why is I mean, unless I'm wrong, that's usually what you say. So it's like,
Yeah.
and I wholeheartedly agree with you. You kept saying like it's not about us, just say because we're obviously the ponies, whether it's Sony or Microsoft, for lack of a better word. So we just buy whatever we buy, even though we complain. We don't do anything about it. We don't protest. We don't do shit. We protest about other shit. Let's be real. We just pay for stuff. We're all BK bro technically. But maybe it takes a giant, like we said in a couple podcasts ago, like to finally be like, okay, well, this is what I want to do. I want this game on everywhere. I want everyone to play together, and this is what needs to happen. And maybe this is the step in the right direction.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think that I don't know. I think I get the whole premise of having teams, Sony teams. 'Cause I love sports. I love the Jets, obviously. I love sports. I understand teams, and like I'm not saying let's get away from that. Like there's always gonna be an Xbox team. There's always gonna be a PlayStation team. There's gonna be another team, Nintendo team. But at the end of the day, we're all consumers, and we gotta
Yes.
start thinking about how can we stop being played by these motherfuckers who are making millions of dollars and they're taking our money and they're making us look like idiots by choosing this or that or that. And I don't know. I think it's a fucking cycle. But I'm over Dre. You was touching on it a little bit with Sony and Sony asking for more money to have it on their platform. That I saw a quick story about it. I didn't get too much information from it because it was like fast. But apparently Sony is obviously the reason why we don't have a lot of like cross plays. Like for instance, Smite.
Yeah.
I play a lot of Smite, and Sony won't let me play. Cause I originally played on Sony. It won't let me follow my stuff on Xbox and PC, and that's a Sony problem. And apparently, the way to get past that point is Sony's making these developers have a fee to allow them to have cross play.
Yeah.
Sounds like Apple. Sounds like Apple.
So I think that's fucking ridiculous. I think it's sad, and I think that like honestly, if Sony doesn't want to play nice, take the ball away from them. And like Dre was saying, make Sony the bad guy because Sony. I don't know who thinks that Sony like we need to have the console on Sony. Put it on Xbox, put it on PC, put it on Epic. Tell Epic give you $200 million. Like we don't need to like Sony doesn't want to play
We
nice.
need Sony. We need Sony. Sony has
Sony, I said this a while ago. Sony is going down the same line as Nintendo. Nintendo's so old school in the way that they are making games and the way their ideas are for the future of gaming, and Sony's right behind them. I think
Sony's been
Microsoft and Xbox is being innovative and pushing gaming forward, and I feel like Sony's stuck in the '90s, and I think that's gonna be the downfall. That's just my opinion.
Sony has offices here, obviously, but Microsoft is a U.S. based company. They have their company here and they create products
Yeah.
literally
Well, they're
with the
more
use
in
of other
tune
countries.
into what we want in America
I'm
as
not. That's not
opposed
where I'm
to
going. That's not where I'm going
the
at all.
PlayStation.
What
No,
I'm
but they kind of
That's not
are.
where I'm going. That's not where
Japanese
I'm
just
going.
look at us as fucking
Yes,
idiots who just buy whatever
reclaiming
we
my
buy off of
time.
nostalgia.
Literally. That's not. Oh, that's cool, Matt King. He's still be right back. That's not where I'm going with this. What I'm saying specifically is they're a U.S. based company, so it always gonna seem like they are more in obviously in tune to what we are trying to get at, what we're seeing, than any company that's not U.S. based initially, even though Sony has factories and footholds here in the U.S. Um, they're gonna still be seen as like outsiders and people who don't know how to update with the times, even though to a degree that is true, they're not updating with the times specifically because they're thinking business minded in reference to like how do we continue to gain money, not necessarily like how do we fold and just do what this other company wants. They're both trying to fight for supremacy in the end, which is why we have the console wars, which were created by them, not by us. Um,
We
so
created console wars,
we
man.
did. That's what
We
I'm saying.
created that.
So what I'm saying is that with that in introspect, literally Sony is just sticking to the rules. Microsoft was like, we already own everything here. You ain't got no business here. So it's like, I'm surprised no one's talking about Returnal.
Well, we did
I'm gonna
that
talk
two
about Returnal
weeks
because I,
ago.
yeah, and also we mentioned it Monday, but in any case, I feel as though like it's easy to be like Sony's the bad guy because that's the narrative we painted because they are always going to be considered the outsider, especially in the times that we live in. And it's like they're. I do believe what Freddie said that we need to have this thing where like we all play things together, but they're not making any money off of it. They don't want to have a deficit, and it's all business at the end. In reference, if you think of it as a company standpoint, they're going to have a deficit by doing certain things, which is why they're trying to have a foothold so they don't disappear like their UMDs did. Like every single software, hardware products they made, PSP, PS Vita, even though it's amazing, every single thing that they made, because Sony usually makes really bad decisions. Let's be real. Um, they're trying to make a foothold and keep that foothold. So that's why they make the decisions that they make. Do I fault them? Yeah, I mean, I think that they should be doing certain things, but do I understand? Yeah, also I understand.
So let's see. Okay, so what do you think that PlayStation? So do you seem like you agree with a little bit what PlayStation's doing? Like trying to like
No,
I need the business in mind. No, you say you want like you understand
yes,
that they want their storefront.
yes,
You understand like they want people to be in a Sony ecosystem of gaming.
yeah,
Like
because
Sony's the hub.
Microsoft,
Come
yeah,
play with Sony. Max.
yeah.
But so what do you think? Do you think that crossplay, cross progression is a privilege, or you think that's something that should be like a commandment, like a
I
law
think
in gaming?
that they both need to think outside the box. I think that
No, no, no.
this should.
Cross playing, like just cross
Now, I heard
playing
what you
and
said. I
cross
heard what you
progressing.
said.
Do you
I heard what
understand?
you
Do you think
said.
that should
But
be
I'm a
like
woman, so I
a
don't just
thing?
go with the ideas. But
I know, but do
I
you think
think
that should be
that
a standard now in like
I think
2021?
that I think that depending on the game, it should be something that people should consider making it a thing. Yes, I do. However, do I think
But
it should
what's
be
the
law?
argument
No.
against it?
What's the argument against it? It depends on the game, because some games, which at as a child I hated at the same time. Okay, Soul Calibur, which okay, I'm describing arguments, but Soul Calibur. Do you remember when Soul Calibur came out and it had Yoda on one team and Darth Vader on the other team? Was that Soul Calibur, right? I'm pretty sure it's
Yeah,
Soul
that was like
Calibur.
Xbox and
Yeah,
the
that was
Yeah.
just
PlayStation exclusives.
exclusive
Granted, that
characters.
Soul Calibur sucked. Let's be real. That Soul Calibur just sucked. But not the point. I think that when it comes to exclusivities and stuff like that, I think that they should write more stuff into the crossplay dynamic. I think you should be able to play with other people if you want to. Do I think it should be free? Obviously, I'm a consumer, so I want to say yes. But that's not what we're discussing right now. We're discussing why Sony is not automatically folding over and biting the apple and bending over and taking it. That's what we're discussing specifically. So I get why they're doing what they're doing, is what I'm saying, as from a business standpoint, because I am very business minded. I get why they are being hesitant because they don't want to disappear. Because that is the realm of gaming. Sega and
If this, that
whomever
just shows
started,
a, I don't know. If I know you're saying
they
scared,
don't
but
have.
if Sony is scared, then they have bigger issues.
Well, yeah, but that's the point. That's why they're not doing things because Microsoft owns like I said earlier when you got up and walked away. There's a foothold that's happening. It should have happened a long time ago, but it wasn't prevalent at yet as of yet. But during the even right before the pandemic, it became more intense with Microsoft's foothold on the market of gaming because they were able to make certain moves that Sony couldn't make. Think of the closures that happened, which I discussed very heavily in reference to the gaming cards in terms of the not capture cards, but the fuck, I can't think of what's called right now. But the new PCs, the new PS5s, new Xboxes, the graphics cards, yeah. So if you think of the graphics cards and the shortages of them, and it's not even though they're made specifically here, the parts that were used to create them were made overseas specifically in the closures that happened, the losses that happened from the companies not being able to ship shit because of the pandemic. If you think of all these losses that happened more so to them than to us because we are US based, you will understand where my process is going and why I'm saying I get why they're scared. We're already here. Microsoft, we're already here. They are not. They have businesses here, but they were cut off. So yeah, maybe they had good ideas, maybe they had a good market plan, whatever. But at the same time, it's like I get what's happening. I get why that's happening and why it's like they're scared and why they're like, oh, well, this is our last leg or this is our next to last leg. If we get this, then like we're definitely not making money. We're gonna just be Sony's bitch, and then eventually Sony's gonna, not Sony, Microsoft. Then eventually Microsoft's gonna be like, well, we have this much money. Can we buy you out? And then there's this the monopoly. The whole point is the fight against the monopoly, not for them, but like that's my ideal.
So are you saying that Sony's the underdog right now?
Compared to Microsoft, right now, yes. In reference to gaming, not reference to.
Because console sales go to Sony right now.
Yeah, Sony's winning in console sales.
But they're not making money off of it.
They
No, we
are.
know they ain't
Right?
making money off of that, but that's why they
That
make it
doesn't
so
matter. That
hard
does not
press on their
matter. What we
exclusives.
look at specifically Brawler, because you worked at Sony and I worked in terms of my own business in reference to console sales. We understand what price of the production versus price of the money that's coming in off of the sales. Cents on the dollar. So it's easy to say I can't say nomad because I want to say negative things about human beings, but like it's easy to say from a standard average Joe, like, oh yeah, Sony's so mad consoles, they made mad money, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. It's not even about that. It's not even about that. They are mad behind. They are like losing money, as you said many times in many podcasts before. They're not making any money. They've never been making any money off of these consoles. Just like Microsoft has making money off these consoles. If you sit down with them and you see the cost of their products versus the money that's coming on these products, they're making nothing.
I know, but this is like go against that.
So,
If they're selling more consoles, then they're selling more video games, they're selling more controllers, they're selling more
but they're not
cameras, they're
Microsoft
selling
with the
more remote
software and the
controllers.
digital. They're not.
No, but like that's like you're saying like that, and I think that like you're giving Sony. I don't know. I'm not calling you a Sony party, but you kind of get
You
to that
are.
line
You
right
are.
now.
You call me
But
something.
like you're like
I'm
really
looking at
defending
math, and you're
Sony
just
right
like,
now. But like I think Sony
I'm just
has
trying
the
to have a
power.
straight conversation when it comes to this.
No,
That's all
my
I'm trying
point
to
is
say.
that I think you're giving Sony too much credit. That's my argument. I think that like
I'm not. I'm looking
Sony.
at it business standpoint.
I think Microsoft is playing from a disadvantage because they lost the last concert. The PS4 beat the Xbox, and gaming and
They don't even
video
care about
games.
the gaming. They care more about the other shit. So it's easy to say that they're the underdog when
So
realistically
I'm
we can
looking
see
at it
in
as a
America.
consumer again. So as a consumer, you can look at it as
Yeah,
a business
as a
person
consumer.
all you
Yeah, as a
want.
consumer,
As
know
a
nothing.
consumer, which I am, the
Yes.
PS4 beat the Xbox. They had better exclusives. They had better software. I think they did the comparisons. Digital Foundry. I watched them a lot, and PS4 beat Xbox a lot. And I think coming from this generation, I think Xbox is trying to play catch up, and even more than catch up, they're trying to like try to get ahead of it because that's why they're buying all these studios because that's what Sony had last generation. So I'm seeing that Sony being the confident giant and
It's
Microsoft
easy
is
to
like just
see.
trying to play
It's easy to
as a
see
consumer. This
bias
is
from a
again
no.
like
Yeah, yeah. I agree with
I
you.
think I think you got to put two hats on. I think you sometimes got to like
I mean, I
switch the
can't
hats.
really because I understand the bigger world.
That's
in
fine.
reference
I'd be the little guy. I could be the consumer for you. I think
That's
that
perfectly fine.
Xbox is trying to play catch up, and
So you think they're a little
I
guy?
no, I don't think the little guys, the fucking multi-million billion-dollar companies. I'm the fucking little guy. Give me
None
money.
of the little guys.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck. But I think we're on this topic
Sure.
a little too long. What do you got, Felice? Because I just can't. My whole point was them paying for third-party cross-play crap, and we've gotten this like long conversation.
Well, I mean, that's what the people are here for. They're still here. They didn't leave. So clearly, we're doing good. But anyway, Stadia, uh, Stadia. I know that Dre really loves Stadia, even though I used it three
Stadia?
times. I call it Stadia. I'm sorry, it's Stadia. I'm sorry, Stadia, as I said. Stadia, alive and well. They want to like push out there that they are still here. They're not dying. They're not going anywhere. They're talking about they have 100 new games launching this year with Google. They're not going anywhere, and I thought it was pretty interesting because I know how much of a shit show that was been happening with them losing a lot of the first party titles, which we kind of really wanted
Yeah,
to
their
happen.
first party shit wasn't anything anyway.
Yeah, it was pretty crap, but they're referencing like they're Resident Evil, of course, they're driving off of that, like how it's hit the platform. They're literally just like regurgitating all these games. So the 100 new games that are coming so far, from what I've seen, are all Xbox, PS5, um, and PC things. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
I don't mind
Oh,
because eventually they'll all be free on Stadia. Like, you get like 5 fucking free games a month on Stadia.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much what that's happening with that, which I thought was pretty interesting. But yeah, this is my second title. BK, do you have more stuff?
Ubisoft delayed Skull and Bones for the third time. Now
Not
we're not
shocking.
getting that game till next year. In their fiscal report when they were talking about shit and everything. I don't know what's going on. Like, how hard is it to make a fucking game that was already made and all you're doing is taking the boat combat and making it into its own game? Like, how hard can that shit be? It's like you're making a port and taking off all the stuff that had to do with being on land and just focusing on the naval combat of Black Flag. Like, how hard is it to make that fucking game that you delayed it 3 times now? I really don't get it. I'm really looking forward to Skull and Bones, and I'm just irritated by this. I just have to say that. But I don't know if you guys have to say anything about it, but that was just a quick topic.
It seems dope. I like the idea of it. I probably wouldn't spend like $70 on it. I don't know if it would be like a next gen game or not.
Mhm.
I like it, but I'm not like it's not on my wish list. You know.
I'm gonna play
Sam,
it
what would you
whenever it
say?
comes out, but like I'm just mad because I was hype about this. Here goes another one of those games that was shown off at E3 every year and every fucking Ubisoft press conference, and then now you guys can't even get the game out the door. You
I mean,
know,
but do we get mad at them for not showing up versus people who are showing up who are trash? Like, what is
hey
the
man,
middle
I
ground?
don't care if they don't show it, but you haven't been showing it. It hasn't been shown in like a year and a half,
Would
and
you rather them release it with bugs
That's what
or
I'm
yes,
saying.
keep push
we had this
or keep
conversation before.
But then we'd have a
I'll
different
take my
conversation, which would
patches.
be we'd have a different
Listen,
the
conversation.
cyberpunk, man?
a game Cyberpunk was hyped off the ass. This game is not hyped off the ass. So if you put this game out for $25, $30 with bugs, who the fuck's gonna complain? We ain't complaining about Hood. You know,
We were just complaining about it like
no,
Yeah.
we
2 minutes ago.
barely complained about it though. We didn't
Okay.
have that much to
From what I'm
say. We
learning,
spent
do not
like
listen to him.
fucking $30 on that game. I'm not complaining about a game I spent $30 on. That's gonna get patched
$30 is a
up in
lot.
a
That's like
year.
a whole meal
You
for
know,
a
it's
game.
less than 70. Okay, it's
That
Yo,
is
you
way
know
less
gasoline is going up, right?
I don't care about
yeah,
gas.
there's a
That
shortage
people
because
were
of the cyber
panicking
attack.
over toilet paper. Now they panicking over gas for no reason.
Well, people are
And
working now, so I get
you
why
know,
they would be
like
panicking over
today, you
gas.
go to the gas stations after the whole conflict of yesterday got cleared up because the news made all these dumbasses hype, and now nobody's at gas stations today because
Do we have a
that
sketch just
shit.
for BK where it says this is BK's new rant about his randomness that no
It's
one cares
Monday. I'm
about,
drinking a game.
that literally everyone else cares about, but BK's like, I got money. Let's not care
And
about
not even
this.
that, no,
Let's like,
because
you know what?
fucking, I'm
Why are
talking
you playing
about
this
like
game? If you don't like
gas
it,
and
don't play the
stuff,
game.
man.
Why you
Somebody
care
got
about
to play
gas?
the other side of the coin, man. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I don't fucking buy every fucking thing that comes
I
out.
know.
But you know, like if a game's gonna come out like Skull and Bones, and if they could patch it up, let them patch it up. We're only disappointed based on our own expectations, not on no one else's, on our own expectations. We
Okay,
thought
final
Cyberpunk
question.
was going to be the greatest shit in the world because we've been watching that game for like 10 years, and then it comes out and was shit. So that's
It wasn't
our
shit.
fault. You
It
know, no,
wasn't
it wasn't
shit. It's actually a
shit,
really good
but to
game.
other people, they
It
thought
was
it
a
was
good
shit.
game. It was
You
Is
buggy.
it
know,
possible
That's
that
the
it's just not
difference.
possible to please anyone? Is it just simply possible that it's not possible to please any of us? Because realistically, you, Dre, specifically, if it came out shitty, you'd be like mad. If it came out great, sorry, not shitty. If it didn't come out at all and then had to be waited for it to be done, you'd still be mad. So is it
exactly.
possible to say that we are just incorrigible? We are not capable of being pleased? Because I feel like that's what the market is.
Yeah, I'm capable of being
No,
pleased.
you're not.
You know, I'm capable of being
You
pleased.
talk
I'm
about
pleased by
trash. You were in love with Marvel Avengers for the first day or to a week, and then you were like, "This is trash. This is
Well, I'm
trash.
still
It's
playing
trash."
it to this day. I'm still
But
playing
it's still
Marvel's
trash.
Avengers. I said it needed some patches and it needed to work on the loading screen, and that's all I really cared about. After I was able to play that game with no loading screen, I
Also,
give
you didn't
that
like the
shit
character
an 8 out of
costumes. You
10
didn't
now
like.
without loading screens. You know, like that's all I really hated about it was sitting through loading screens. Honestly, you know that shit
For
was
sure.
took too damn long. You
Uh,
know, but
do you have any other
other than that,
stories?
I want my skull and bones. Fortnite is about to release their new player versus everyone game finally, so I have something else to play in this fucking survival mode called Daybreak. And it's been leaked a couple of times, but this way they're doing it different from the Save of the World. You wake up alone and unarmed along the coast of an island with no memory of how you arrived, states a leaked description on the mode. You know, you quickly search for weapons and ammunition before night falls, and then when nighttime comes, creatures come and roam the hillsides, hunting for prey, and you basically just gotta survive at nighttime. So it's like 7 days to die, I guess. You know.
So, for the love of
Sounds
God,
lit.
peeper, if you're listening to this, stop giving your money to fucking Fortnite. Like, literally play any fucking other game out there.
Any
It's
other game.
ridiculous that we're making epic billions of dollars per minute because you dumb motherfuckers keep playing the same dumb game. Like,
Because we dumb
it's a free
motherfuckers.
It's not
game.
about
Stop
them
playing it.
It's about buying the shit in the game.
Nah.
Yeah, so
I
say
ain't
like stop.
playing 3
You guys have
times.
problems.
I ain't
If
buying shit.
I'm the guy. Here, guys. I know we have a long relationship, guys, and I love you guys, but
I can't
you
with
have
you.
a problem.
I can't with you. People that Rico Suave on.
Okay.
Yeah, drop
This
it,
is an
drop it.
intervention. We're bringing you in a circle right now. It's a safe
Please,
place.
just for
Me and
that.
Felice is
Please,
here.
please.
Felice, tell the people what they should do with
Stop.
the money. Invest it.
Send it
Put the
somewhere
money
else.
away in a savings account. Put $5. Every time you're about to buy a skin, put it in your savings account. Put it towards
Yeah,
your electric
exactly.
bill. Put it towards your car payment.
Yeah,
Put it
my
towards
money
rent.
right now to a computer. Yeah, you should probably pay your rent.
Give your girlfriend, wife, boyfriend a gift. Tell them that you love them. Buy them flowers.
Buy yourself a present.
Stop giving it to Fortnite.
Not Fortnite.
Play an indie game.
Don't be Dre.
Don't be Dre.
Don't be Dre.
The more you know. I'm actually a little interested in this. I like PvE. I don't like PvP. Sometimes you just want to cheer and not to be sweaty. So I like PvE.
Yeah. Yeah.
I probably won't fuck
play
with it,
versus
but
everyone. You just want to fuck everybody up.
nah, I'm like my problem is like I get too try hard when it's like PvP. So I like to just like play a chill game.
Wait, is it PvE just play versus everyone?
No player versus enemies like computers.
Oh, okay. Because PvP.
PvP is player versus player. PvE is like player versus environment kind of thing.
I feel that.
Crazy.
Kinda how
Do you play
Destiny
Fortnite?
started.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
no.
why I like Destiny in the beginning because it was just PvE.
Destiny's new update looks pretty dope. That shit says.
I know. I
like,
was actually gonna mention
don't-
like
can't-
I want to
can't go
play.
back. Can't go
Me
back.
either. I
It's too
can't.
much.
But like I want
so
to. I feel
behind.
like it's like
Did you see that shit though?
what
I'm looking at it right now.
the update. Yeah, it looks good.
Looks
I heard good things about it.
Last I'm gonna
Update
ask
of
him, and
what?
then I'm done asking questions. He said, "Hell no." Dre, do Destiny.
Talking about
update.
Destiny 2,
Let
the
it go.
update.
Let it
Oh, the
rip.
new update! I just started it this morning. I haven't got to play anything other than the
Great.
first part of the story. Of course, since I got Game Pass, I already got the damn season pass for End Stadia. So I gotta put in some work, and Destiny
End
always
Stadia.
gets me. So I'll be playing Destiny for the next month or so before I give up on trying to make it to level 100. You know, but yeah, it's
That's me with COD. I can't do it, Destiny.
yeah. I already gave up on COD like a month or two ago. So.
I'm enjoying this season of Warzone.
Yeah. Well, no, I deleted Warzone because it's 100 gigs.
Yeah, I can't.
don't need
Not
that shit.
until Warzone can stop taking up my whole hard drive. Am I gonna
Yeah,
re-download?
109
I'm about
gigabytes.
to
I don't need
delete
this shit.
2K because 2K is like 115 gigabytes now and
2K
shit.
of
Like,
what?
NBA,
You play
like
basketball?
that shit is mad gigs.
I was playing right like before we jumped on. They had a new update and they're adding a whole bunch of new stuff to it. So
So
it's
is
fun.
there still advertisement in that shit though?
No, they took it out.
Yeah, they took that out a long time. Long
You guys
time.
saw the new PS5 controller, Cosmic Red
I
and
thought a
Midnight
new,
Black.
yeah. I was just about to talk that next. The Cosmic Red and Midnight Black controller. You know, um,
Hey, thank you for the
yeah,
subscription.
Mamba, thanks for subscribing. We appreciate it. But you guys
Okay,
like the
I can't sing
controllers
that
of those
much.
controllers? Do you
It is
guys
kind
think
of
it
low
took
though.
them too long to come out with these controllers? Like,
No, the game has not been out for years. It's not
The
long.
mad basic, so no.
They are basic. I could have spray painted that shit. That shit should have
that
came out
they
with
should
Spider
have been
Man.
out earlier then. Because Xbox came out with like four
No,
different
no.
controllers already.
Yeah, but it was
Well, the good
during
thing
the
about
pandemic.
Xbox, you could use the old
Oh, it was,
generation
it was, it
console
was actually.
controllers on the new one.
You can use the
So
old
Now I'm
generation.
just talking
Yeah,
about
but
like creativity
PS
wise. Like Xbox came
PlayStation.
out with like 4 or 5 designs already since the console's been out, as opposed to Sony like now giving us these two colors.
Well, the other ones were pro controllers too, right? Sony doesn't have a pro controller.
No. Xbox Ones weren't pro controllers. I have
Yeah,
them. I
they
bought
have
all the
two
colors.
pro controllers also.
No, well, not the cyberpunk one and not the red one and blue one. I have all three of them. They ain't pro controls. I bought all three of those.
Why should I? No question. No question.
So those ain't pro control, but they do have the elite control. That's the elite control.
I think that if you have an issue already, you're getting sued by two different people about either your DualShock controllers or your nonsense in reference to not helping with warranties, like helping people out with their warranties, like not giving people new systems. And I think that you can't even think about making new controllers. Like they have so many issues right now. I mean, Microsoft has issues too, but it's quiet as fuck compared to Sony right now. So it's like, I'm not making no other colors, bitch. Get what you get.
My last story, unless y'all got something else. Well, that's
Nah, you kind of
about.
cover some of my stories actually, as usual.
Oh, so you got something else? Yeah, go
No, I
ahead.
said you covered. I said you
Oh,
covered most of my stories as usual.
all right.
We're the same fucking group. Clearly,
Uh,
we talk about the same shit.
so Sony got hit with another lawsuit accusing the PlayStation Store of overcharging customers for
We
games.
spoke
Even
about
though
this
with
on the
all the
podcast.
discounts we get on there, it's kind of weird that they should
Yeah.
say that. But like people that have like the play PS5 digital edition are saying that like, hey, people that have the disc edition could go out and buy this game for like $20 less on a disc. We don't have that luxury, so I don't know why you're selling it to us at full price when the game is discounted outside the stores. And they're suing about that. And it's also because they could use cards. On Xbox still lets you use Xbox Live cards to get money and stuff. And Sony doesn't sell those things in stores anymore, so people are forced to use like their regular money as opposed to like, hey, I want to use my GameStop credit card, buy a PlayStation Network card, and get the code. So people are kind of irritated. So they've been this
yeah,
is the third, I think,
Yeah.
second or third lawsuit that they
Yeah, we
have.
Police
spoke
Cat
about this.
mentioned this last week.
Yeah, it was this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah.
but
Last week was the first one. This week another one got
This is
thrown
yeah, I
on.
think that like
yeah.
I honestly like. I don't know. Felice, how you feel about this again?
Uh, as I said last week. Um,
Well, we
yeah.
have new viewers.
Yeah. I saw. Pretty much, it's literally as it was. I guess depending on who you read it from. The whole point is that they're becoming a monopoly. That's the initial article that I read from a different week ago, and they were saying that like they're charging full rates, which I can attest to because I brought a game the other day and I was like, this is not right because this game is like $9 in the store, but you can't find it the physical copy, so it's like $60 online, and this game is like 3 years old. Like it was like no, it was a $50, not $60. It was the cooking game, the cute game with the it's like Dime
Cooking
Dash, but
Mama.
it's, no, but on PlayStation.
Oh, Overcooked.
Yes, Overcooked too. And I was having this discussion with my friends because they were playing Overcooked because they got it on sale during that sale thing that because every week they have a different sale, and I missed the sale. I only bought the festival seasoning thing, but I missed the actual fucking game sale. So that shit is now $49, and she got it for $9 because it was on sale temporary. No, she got it for 15, but in store is nine. It's $9 if you can find it. But Sony, as I said before, Sony doesn't sell their digital stuff in store anymore because honestly, there's a loss when you sell in store because most of the codes, not most, we'll say a high percentage of the codes do not work because the system is flawed. Let's be real. So when you buy 2K points or whatever from a GameStop or whatever, it's flawed. Andy, love you. So the system is flawed, and literally,
Sup,
uh,
Andy?
that's Bay right there. Bay made me start streaming. Um, it's flawed. So Sony's like cut their losses because that is a huge loss. I mean, a huge monster loss by having to return all those things. There, someone paid for it and they had to duplicate a certain code or triple a certain code. So I get why they do that, but in the end, by cutting it off, it makes a monopoly because you can either buy it in store, but you can't, like a physical copy. If you can't find it, physical copies are not limitless, like a digital copy. Which means, I don't even know what that says. It's block the fire symbol. Oh, you said cute. Oh, thank you. It's even but they're being called a monopoly for doing that, for saying that. But also, it's not just that; it's that they are also making sure the prices are higher. They've changed the prices since they've done this cutoff, where they're inflated to either full price or almost full price. And these are games that are not like brand new. Okay, it's different if it's a game. Okay, Resident Evil just came out. Clearly, there's no sale on that. I get why I would pay full price. But a game that came out 6 years ago should not be $50 when you can find it somewhere on eBay for 20 or 22. But granted, eBay is now like, oh, it's $60 on PlayStation, $70 physical copy. So it's like, to what I said before, previously, that they're being sued because they're over inflation. It's not just inflation; it's overly inflation on the prices, and you can't get it anywhere else. So that becomes a monopoly situation. And, oh my gosh, everyone's coming in. I love you guys. It's because of overinflation, and it's like no one loses but the consumer. So they're being sued for it. So yes, this is the third suit, as I said previously, obviously, that is being recognized for Sony. So you got the DualShock, you got the not fixing my warranty situation, not giving me a system, and then you have you're charging way too much, and you're the only one being able to sell the situation for a game or device on Sony. Sinclair.
Like, I kind of feel like I don't know how to feel on this topic because I really never get a chance to buy shit at discount because I can't help myself with buying things when they first come out. But I really do feel, to be devil's advocate, that Sony has a lot of sales. Like, there's never a time I turn on my PlayStation and there's not like a bunch of games on sale. Like, they even have like a crazy sale right now to try and match Steam. You know, like you can't match Steam because Steam has way more games available, of course, to buy. But they're trying their best with what they have. You know, but I guess it all depends on like who is playing and who is finding what game they really want to play on the sale. Because me, when there's a game that I know is going to go on sale, then I'll just wait for it to go back on sale, which sounds like an oxymoron to the
Honestly,
person
that
that
has
I
nothing to
am.
do with the suit. But I hear what you're saying. That has nothing to do with
But
the suit. The suit is not saying that. The suit is saying about these specific games that Sony has control over specifically. Like, for instance, JRPGs
yeah,
that are exclusive to Sony, which they will not go on sale for the said price that we would like them to go on sale. They don't even reach the sale prices of the stores. That's what they're referring to here.
sometimes they had
No,
JRPG sale like
no,
3 months
no,
ago.
no, not the hypothetical. I'm referring to the specifics. So specifically, oh, she's on. Oh shit. Okay. Specifically, the suit is talking in reference to the games where you cannot get anywhere else for a cheaper price. That's what the specifically sale, not the hypothetical. These games might be on sale, not the hypothetical. This suit is specifically for those games that never go on sale. For instance, for me, the the Tales series that never really go on sale, or the Alchemist whatever series, which I fucking love, which is still 80 some dollars, which will never go on sale because Sony has a grip in this. As to Freddie's point, they have a grip in this exclusivity. They only have this game themselves, so there's no reason, there's no backer to, no competitor, not backer. There's no competitor, so this never goes on sale. So this lawsuit is specific to that truth, not to the random Dragon Ball Z that you can find anywhere. That's what the lawsuit's for, specifically.
Got anything to say, Fred?
I mean, I disagree with Felice. I think
It's fucked up.
that it's a business model that again is old school. That's my whole point with Sony. The old school. They're just like this is what worked in the past. So let's just keep doing it because it's worked before. So I think that they gotta wake up and understand like things are changing. But yeah, I'm not surprised by this. Same thing Nintendo. You can say the same thing about Nintendo.
Yeah, that we agree. I'm never saying that it's right. I'm just saying I understand why they're doing what they're doing. They're scared, which is what you said. You said they're scared that they need to figure some shit out, right, Freddie?
Sony just looking at Nintendo like, yo, look what they did with Mario and how much money they made. Like, why the fuck can't we do that too? You know, but the
Well,
difference is
yeah, I don't
we're
know.
used to Nintendo fucking us over and not caring. We're not used to Sony
What do
fucking us
you mean?
over.
Sony's been fucking us over from the beginning. They just been
No, but
hiding
we
behind
never
Nintendo.
complain about it like we complain about
I
Nintendo.
haven't complained about Sony from the beginning, except it's different now because now it's on different systems.
You know,
I
because
think.
like Nintendo, they fuck us over, but we don't care. You know, it's like we gonna buy it anyway.
I feel
Sony
like
fucks
there
us
are
over.
Yo, I
business
care. I
models
haven't bought
that can
a
help
Nintendo game
people
for
and
like a year.
Nintendo does not.
Honestly, I'm not giving Nintendo my money anymore.
Man,
I
I
feel
had
you
to
on
buy
that,
Monster Hunter
except
Rise, and I have yet to kill the first monster. I haven't even
No, I'm
killed the
like
first
the
monster
next
yet.
Nintendo game I'm buying is probably the new Pokemon.
I understood you, Andy.
Well, I'm getting
I
Pokemon
thought that
Snap
Pokemon
this
came out though.
weekend.
No,
It
not
didn't come
Pokemon
out.
Snap. The
I
new
know you mean
one.
The
like the
3D
open
one.
world one.
Yeah,
Oh my
and maybe
god.
the Zelda. That's it.
So Breath of the
Whenever they
Wild
decide to make
2.
that, right? But
Yeah, it's
yeah,
all
that's
about
pretty
money.
much. Yeah. Did you see what Andy said? I'm trying to scroll up, but I can't get it. I
Yeah,
can't
he's
scroll up
a,
online.
Nintendo slacking right now. Business.
Oh, she said that I feel like there are business models that can help people and make money. Lots of bigger companies don't feel like it, though. That's what she said.
I was gonna say since we have such an active chat, thank you guys for joining. But if you guys have any questions for us, let us know.
Yeah, before we
Please,
sign off, like
yeah, because this is kind of
Yeah,
towards the end of the podcast. So if you guys have anything you want us to talk about, let
yeah.
us know.
We've been on for
And
a
please
minute.
hit that like and follow button and subscribe if you're feeling up to the challenge.
Yeah. Here's all
the
of our
challenge of
socials.
listening to us every week.
Here's our Facebook. Facebook
Yo,
is the
me and
one
Crazy go way back
popping.
too.
No, you don't. Don't touch my crazy. Crazy's mine. That's my literal
Yo, if
first
I met
general.
Crazy in real life, I'm pretty sure I would fuck with them.
You would. Crazy's hilarious. You would. Crazy's
That's what I'm
definitely
saying.
a
Me and go way
trooper.
back, past lives.
Let me tell
Well,
you.
if Crazy's in New York, you just hit me up. I'll let you know what bar I'm at every night.
He's in the same time zone. He's not in New York. He's in Florida.
Oh, that sucks. That sucks. You
He's in
know,
Connecticut.
He's in
yeah.
Florida. Yeah, we just came to be supportive
Yeah.
of the
We
show.
appreciate it. For real, for real.
Those are my girls. Not Crazy's my dude, like my homeboy. The other ones are my girls. Like, oh my
Don't
gosh.
stress it.
DBD, the game that I told you, like the people that made me play DBD, which made me want to make you play
Someone
DBD.
wants to know your
Legends.
skin regimen, Felice.
What?
So you're glowing. What's your skin regimen?
It's beer and alcohol.
Beer and alcohol. And she just pours it on her skin before every pod, like and bathes and slathers in it, and the dogs and
and
cats just
pours the
lick it up
lotion on
from
her
the
skin, or
floor
else it
while
gets
we're
the hose
recording.
again. She's hilarious.
Oh man.
I can't. Okay, they're trolling at this point. Um, but they're super sweet. But yeah, do you guys have anything else for the
That's it.
podcast?
I got nothing else.
Okay,
Nothing.
okay. And then Mad King, do you have
I'm about
anything
to
for
go
the?
jump on Hood right now after we get off here.
You
No,
guys
I'm good.
are
This was a good
epic.
podcast, guys. Thanks for everybody joining and dropping by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you. Hopefully you enjoyed the podcast today. Your host, Denise Cat, with my esteemed guest BK Brawler 537. We have Mad King, Not So Solo. And yeah, definitely follow us on those links that I posted as we were talking our shit. And
Join
get the
our
shit you
Patreon so
know.
we can start giving out prizes. You guys have no idea what you're missing out on.
Yes, what he said. Yes, by love, by love. But yeah, thank you for showing up for us. And enjoy your
Peace.
games.
Go get
See you
drunk.
guys.